I played and made a video about Battlefield 6 beta, as you know. If you watched it, you would know I found beta really good. I could only play the beta at the first weekend and almost spent 20 hours in 4 days, and believe that it explains my anticipation to full release. I just started the count days for full release right after the beta, but I cannot spend time on anything. All I can think about is Battlefield 6. I tried to play Battlefield 2042, but it didn't give me that satisfaction I need. Especially the last week was hard for me, but then the time came. I got up early, did my breakfast, went to the gym, did my workout. When returning home, I did my grocery shopping for the weekend. I was ready for it. When 1 hour left, I started listening to Battlefield theme music we all know at my home, full banger. Why I'm this excited? Because I was a big fan of Battlefield 3 and 4. I like more modern war than old times, like Battlefield 1 and 5. Yes, those are also good games, I enjoyed them. But at some point I just quit those, but probably at 3 and 4 I've got total of more than 1000 hours of game time, and beta gave me same feeling when I was playing Battlefield 3 and 4. At release, I was just hoping servers would not crash and there will be no long queues. I was wrong about that concern, servers were just fine. And yes, there were queues, but not as long as I expected. Yes, some people were unlucky about getting error at EA app. But I also played from there, and I was one of the lucky ones which do not get error. It's ridiculous, Games Head Director also suggesting play via Steam. It definitely shows how a EA app sucks. After I managed to enter the game, it was amazing at the first type. First fights were all great, new maps we didn't see on the beta. It's like mixture of big juicy vehicle maps and smaller infantry maps. But I'm going to get into the maps later. First, let's talk about gameplay and core mechanics of the game. Firstly, of course, the core gameplay of Battlefield game is gunplay and destruction, and both are amazing. Gunplay gives satisfaction, and I believe that guns are great. We didn't have too many guns at the beta, but there are almost 7 to 10 guns for every weapon class except pistols, shotguns, and snipers, which each of them only got 3 versions. Others also are the common weapon types like assault rifles, carbines, SMGs, and light machine guns. Also, every class has its signature weapon, but equipping them is not mandatory, but gives classes buffs, like if you use light machine gun as a support class, you don't get running the buff from carrying LMG and get much quicker aim down sight speed. I played more than 50 hours when I'm writing this review, and players already described the meta. As I said, beta first look video, M4A1 was too strong and it was like railgun, and unfortunately it is still strong. Not railgun, but it's still fast and does a lot of damage. And right now everybody plays M4A1. I think if players use more variety weapons, it would really fun, but still other guns are not unplayable style bad. You can easily outplay some M4 guys with SMG or LMG. I even couldn't unlock all weapons. Some of them require level and some of them require unique challenges. Each gun also has its own attachments. You can customize according to your own playstyle. If you like moving fast, you can increase your gun's mobility stat, or otherwise you can make it slow but precise. Every attachment comes with pros and cons. Every attachment has cost, and you have point limit to 100, and because of that you need to plan your gun carefully. The system gives good depth to attachment system. Yes, weapons are fun, but there are very few weapons in total. That's one of the downside of the game. But as I said, guns are really amazing, and shooting, running, aiming, all of them are mediocre, not too arcade like new COD games or not too realistic like Tarkov. Because this game doesn't aim that. It aims to feel of battlefield and the feel of war and destruction. Speaking of destruction, it definitely gives goosebumps each time you see a building fall off when tank shoots at it or just drive through it. The devs bring it back, the feel of destruction and chaos, which we all missed. It's not like huge building collapse in Battlefield 4, it's more similar to 3 and I'm really happy with that. Because for example, at Battlefield 4 Shanghai map, if the big skyscraper collapses, all gameplay changes. You cannot go quickly to every side from the top of the skyscraper, and there is no meaningful point to give a fight about some no important junkyard. Instead of that, I contribute to get control of another sites. Battlefield doesn't need a big change in maps. Destruction should only give you minor advantages at the time of battle. Shouldn't change entirety of gameplay on that map. So Battlefield 6 did that and followed in the footsteps of 3. And as I said, it's so great. Some guys on enemy team hold the site from the building, just shoot with RPG or grenade launcher so all wall will collapse and they will be open target. You can turn field of battle into your advantage. There were some arguments after at time of the beta. that some buildings do not take damage and collapse. If it will be that case, probably all map could be flat down in first 5 minutes of every game, so I think the system of destruction is just as it should be. Also, maps are important for destruction be part of the play. Speaking of maps, right now there are a total of 9 maps in map pool in the game. I can count 5 of them as smaller maps than the most of the battle maps we have seen before. Other 4 maps are bigger maps, including much more air and ground vehicles. I enjoyed most of the maps. The more compact style leads teams and players to action more easily. You don't have to run for like 3 or 2 minutes to go to hot zones. Even they added one of the most loved map in the game, Operation Firestorm, which is amazing and also looks incredible with new Battlefield graphics. When I am writing this script, the developer team also announced Season 1 of the game, which includes adding 2 new maps, 2 new game modes, and 4 new weapons. And it's great. Just 3 weeks after the release, they start adding new maps and mods. The new update will come right after the day this video is published, so I will be probably on the battlefield for a much longer time. Speaking of mods, classic Battlefield mods are still here, like Conquest, Domination, Rush, King of Steel, Squad, and Team Deathmatch. Also, there are new mods added, for example Breakthrough, which is similar to Battlefield 1's. Attacker side trying to go forward at each sector by capturing objectives without spending their all tickets, and defender side just hold the objectives. All the time this mod only has ground vehicles and mostly gives them to attacker side, but still some of the maps are really hard to attack and imbalanced. Another mod is Escalation, which is similar to Conquest but there is no ticket. Team which has the most objective gains score every second, and after Barfield at the top gain 1 score. Earliest team to get to score 3 wins, but there is a catch. Every time team gets 1 score, closest objective they have disappear and be their new HQ. And every time score increases, new ground and air vehicles adding to your team. So you have to be on the move as a team every time, and you can take one objective and defend it until the end of the game. My favorite one is especially Escalation, and when I just wanted to play quick match on a smaller scale map, I play Breakthrough. Anyone can find their favorite game mode in Battlefield 6, and it's amazing. If you are a jet player, just play Escalation and Conquest. You want some small scale battles, then play Rush or Breakthrough or even King of Tail. This diversity can attract any type of FPS players to Battlefield 6. There are also enough vehicles. There are tanks, light tanks, anti-air vehicles, buggies, ATVs, 2 types of attack helicopters and 2 types of jets. And classic, all of them feel good, make you immerse to the game more. After you played long time as an infantry, it feels good to get in a tank and just run through engineer mines and explode. There is not too much talk about them, they are good as every Battlefield game. Let's talk about classes. Thanks to God, Battlefield just get rid of the stupid hero shooter like system. We have our old classic classes: Assault, Engineer, Support and Recon. Each of them have unique gadgets and passive abilities. Also, as I mentioned before, each class has its signature weapon. If you use that weapon when playing that class, it gives certain buffs or reduce debuffs. Gadgets are also good. Engineers who have got RPGs and mines to give vehicles to hell. Supports have support pack to replenish health and defibrillators to revive allies much quicker. Support can also do drag and revive action much quicker than other classes. Assault has its secondary weapon to give health to enemy team at frontline. Also a capture machine because has buffs to which grants you to capture objectives much quicker. And we have good old Recon, master in sniper and can spot enemies easily with his drone. So far, class balance seems good and fair. So here comes the final part and unfortunately worst part, story mode. Campaign in Battlefield 6 is not good, and it didn't surprise me. Best Battlefield campaign I probably played was 3, and it wasn't good either. When I first launched the game, of course I instantly got into multiplayer. After a few days, I decided to play single player. Single player campaign boils around some military organization, Pax Armata. They are the main antagonist. I don't even remember their leader's name because he wasn't memorable. Also, the main characters are not memorable either, which are special forces in the NATO army, group of 4 people, and we are playing each of them mission to mission. Probably the best thing about campaign is atmosphere. It drives you from Gibraltar to pyramids of Egypt, and all looks stunning. Also, showcase of Big War is failing and looking good. It's probably the area which COD games feel lacking. I don't know why, but character face textures look terrible, as well as their facial mimics. The story game trying to tell you is also not good. I do not understand the thing, and when I saw the credits I was like, this is it? It's finished? It was terrible storytelling. In conclusion, Battlefield 6 is weak in story-wise, but very strong on the multiplayer side. And I don't know you, but I'm playing this game because of the great fights and atmosphere in multiplayer matches.
Maps, weapons, classes look solid. Combat feels amazing. You can feel every bullet in gunplay. Destruction is good as in 3 and 4. They can do little tweaks about weapon balancing. If they are going to support the game and give updates and new maps regularly, this is the game Battlefield fans have been waiting for. And it looks like they will release updates fast like Season 1 coming on 28th of October. Also, as far as we know, they are still developing the free-to-play Battle Royale mode for the game, and I believe that when it comes out, it will give fresh air to Battle Royale genre. I think this is the best Battlefield game that has been made for a long time. You should take a look at it, especially if you are a fan of 3 and 4 like me. So my score to Battlefield is